These are some of my favorite websites for downloading media for making videos. Okay, here we are on archive.org. I'm going to type in otters and hit enter. Now this is giving me all different types of media. As you can see, so there's some books coming up of some very cute otters. I'm going to click movies and see what they have for video. Okay, sea otters in Monterey, California. Let's see how this looks. 1 minute. Okay, so say I decide that I would like this. Let's go see what kind of files there are. MP3. This is not useful. This is an audio file. I'm not sure why that's kind of showing. You can go to show all and see if there is, okay, see this MP4, that's a video file, right? So if I click on that, then you can go to the 3 dots, click download, and you can name it whatever you want and save it wherever you like. Then click save. And then it's going to download.
The process to save is the same every time, so I won't explain it again.
Okay, here we are on Wikimedia Commons. If we do a search for otters, let's see what comes up. Okay, so we've got clearly a picture of Steve here. A lot of other pictures of otters. You might get something like this, which is a drawing. Oh, a little cute one here with an orange. Let's say I would like this one. If I click on it, you get a bunch of different information. One of the things it shows you here is that there's a Creative Commons Attribution Share Alike license. So they would like you to use it and have the same kind of license that they have, I believe. If you click on more details, it brings you right in here. You can see it closer up. And suppose I decide that I would like to download this. You have some choices. There's different sizes. Bigger ones are just maybe going to make your video just too big. Small ones might not be very good resolution. So something in the middle is probably a good idea. When you click download, it gives you where this is located. And here's your attribution that you can easily copy. Again, you have choices here of how many pixels you want the image to be. Basically, that decides how big of a file it's going to be. So you could choose full resolution or something here in the middle. I'll just pick this one. And now we're going to have a look at Pixabay. Pixabay has a lot of things. It started out as a photo website, and now you can get all sorts of media types. So if we click in here and do our search for otters, we're going to see that we come up with a bunch of free images. Now, you do always need to be careful. At the top, these are sponsored images, and if you click on them, it'll take you to a different website that you have to pay for them. These are the ones that are available. This is a pretty cute one. Let's click on that. So if I like this, all I have to do is click download. There's a bunch of choices. Again, something in the middle or whatever is recommended is probably the best. Here you can see what size of a file it's going to be. And then you click download. So you can rename it and say where to save it and click save. If we go back, we can use filters. Here we can change it to a video. And if we skip through these sponsored ones, now we have videos of otters that you would download in the same way. Now we were talking about making sure that you have horizontal images and videos. So if we look here, there's a lot of horizontal, but this one is vertical. So if we want to make sure we get only horizontal, we can click there, and all of these will be in landscape. Well, this one's not. I guess it sort of is. Here, I like this new one. If you really are against AI and you don't want to use AI-generated stuff, you can click Authentic Only, which I like, and these are ones that actual people uploaded. If we go in here, there are other things that we can look at, such as sound effects. So I don't know what this is. Let's hear. Nope. So I don't know what this is. Let's hear. I have no idea if that's what an otter actually sounds like, but if you think it is, then you could use that. To download, it's just right here. You just click it. We can also look at music. So Pixabay has different kinds of music. This is supposed to be otters, I guess. Let's try happy music. So that's upbeat. If you put sad. So you can look for all sorts of different things, and then it's suggesting ones right here. If we click into it, right here it tells you free for use under the Pixabay content license. So if we click into this, you're allowed to use content for free, use content without having to attribute the author. But it does say that giving credit is always appreciated. And you are allowed to modify or adapt content into new works, which means if you were making a video. As always, make sure you do your own due diligence. So you can attribute if you like. A lot of these creators would appreciate that, but you're not required to. And then if you want to clear the filters, you can just clear them. In conclusion, Pixabay has all kinds of different media that you might want to use in your videos. It's a great website. Sometimes when I can't find a picture or video on Pixabay, then I come to Pexels to look. So if I search for otters, it shows me some dolphins, but a bunch of otters and other animals. But you can also click on videos. Again, watch out. These are sponsored, and iStock is a paid stock photo site. So sometimes you won't find any. So for instance, there does not seem to be any videos of otters, right? So there's only photos and videos on Pexels, so it's a little more limited, but sometimes you can find nicer pictures or videos than you can on Pixabay. Or if you just can't find it, then you might be able to find it on here. When you come in, it looks a lot like Pixabay. I think they might be owned by the same people. So you just click free download and again, save. If we look down here, we see free to use. And again, this is very similar to Pixabay. If you scroll down, you'll find more like this. Sometimes this can help you find what you're looking for. Well, now we're getting into seals. Quite a good website for photos and videos, especially if you can't find them on Pixabay. This is Partners in Rhyme. I just recently found it. I haven't used it a lot, but it looks pretty good. When you come in on this, it shows you there's a few different things that you can go to. If we go to free sound effects, there seem to be a lot of good sound effects in here. So let's say we would like door sounds. Maybe you want a door slamming or something like that. So let's hear some of these. It's pretty good. Closed door 2. Whoa. Creaky door 4. So as you can hear, there's some really interesting sounds. If we go out, they also have music. Let's click on nature sounds. Let's try ocean wave. So that's kind of cool. Maybe I like that. You can probably just get the MP3 file. This is another kind. This one is pretty standard. So just click download MP3 and it says Seashore up here, and then I'm going to save it to my desktop. Click save. This is YouTube in your account that you'll have if you make one for uploading videos. And if you look down here, you can click on audio library. So in here, there's music and sound effects. If we just click on some of these, we can hear them. How about let's search funny music. Okay, that's awesome. Let's suppose I would like this one for my video. It's, if you mouse over here, it tells you the license type. So where'd that go? Banjo Dupes. So it says you can use this audio track in any of your videos, including videos that you monetize. No attribution is required. So that's what we want to know. And then very clearly, you just click download, tell it where to save, and click save. And then you can use it in your video. It's very handy. And there's also sound effects, male zombie roar. Ugh, that's horrible. Yeah, so there's a bunch of sound effects. We can listen to a woodpecker. Oh, that's very far away. A wooden train whistle. Cool. So if I decide I want that, I'm just going to click on download. So very useful and comes with your YouTube account. If there are other websites that you would like to know how they work, there are many screen capture videos on YouTube that you can look up to learn how to use them.